Hi, my name is Tyler Nadrasky.
This is Colin Shelley, offensive tackle, Lampeter, Strasburg.
This is Chase Eisenhower, fullback and linebacker at Wyomissing, and you're watching
Football Night on
Flagship Network.
This ain't no regular thing. I came for the ring, you know what I mean. I shoot my shot and it's clean. This for my city, yeah, this for my team. If you talking and talking me nice, I play with all of my life. You see my name in the lights, better get right. I'm shit.
Good evening, everyone. Welcome to Lampeter Strasburg High School in Lancaster, Pennsylvania. It's week number 10 of Friday Night Football on the Flagship Network. Tonight, Lampeter Strasburg is back home in week number 10 as they take on the Wyomissing Spartans. Hi, everyone. Welcome to our broadcast. My name is Max Gretzel. So excited to be back with everyone here in week number 10. And we'll start off with last year's matchup. Obviously, a hotly contested one. And it was a back-and-forth battle. Obviously, rain started to fall later on in the football game. Eisenhower, Flagship, Niederowski all doing damage, Justice Hardy as well. But ultimately, at the end of this football game, it was Fiorello with the kick to send the Pioneers deeper into the playoffs before ultimately losing in the final round. Neutral site game, too, as well. Tonight, it's a different story, however, as Lampeter Strasburg is back home after a tough loss, to say the least, a week ago against Twin Valley. They'll have their starting quarterback back, however, Asher Jones. He's completing 62% of his passes. He's thrown for over 800 yards and 11 touchdowns, and he's also a threat to run the football as well. The Pioneers will lean heavily on Jones here tonight. On the other side of things, Justice Hardy, he's been mentioned last year, more so this year, and he will continue to be mentioned during his time at Wyomissing. We'll have some highlights of him so far this season. Wyomissing has been dominant all season long. Their only loss coming just 2 weeks ago before, honestly, I guess in the best way to put it, bouncing back in a big way. 49-8 win a week ago to really get their swagger back, so to speak, and Hardy is at the forefront of that. So we'll see what he has in store. We'll see what Asher Jones has in store here tonight. We'll get you the fan vote as well before we kick this football game off. And Lampeter Strasburg is going to win, Wyomissing is going to win this one 75-25. Lampeter Strasburg, however, is the home team. So they're back home. They will try to defend their home turf after dropping a matchup a week ago on the road against Twin Valley. Two tough matchups to end their regular season. to say the least. Wyomissing hasn't had it easy as well here later in this season. And we'll see who can come out on top here tonight. Chilly night here at Lampeter. Wyomissing will wear their road white jerseys, Lampeter in their home blues. Solid home crowd tonight as well for Lampeter Strasburg. Some have traveled for Wyomissing. Not a huge crowd on the opponent's sideline, but Lampeter Strasburg will get the football first, and Wyo will kick off. Without Jones last week, LS really struggled to move the football offensively, to say the least. And Jones will be relied upon heavily here tonight, both as a passer and a rusher, to try to get the offense going early on in this football game. They got behind the 8 ball last week, and the Twin Valley continued to steamroll throughout the middle stages of that second quarter and then into the third quarter as well. DeJessa fields at his goal line. He takes it past the 10, past the 15, and he's brought down just past the 20-yard line. And that's where Jones and company will start their first offensive possession of the game. It was almost like a Wildcat formation a week ago if you were with us in week number 9. And Lopez was at the forefront of that before DeJessa went down with an injury early on in that third quarter. And that really killed any momentum that LS had to try to come back and just get competitive in that football game. Jones takes the snap, goes back to pass on first down and 10. He's hit as he throws. It's a deep shot down the far sideline. It goes incomplete. And that'll bring up second down and 10. Westwood there on the coverage. And this is one of the things we saw last weekend. Pioneers taking their time offensively. Jones to the huddle, now back, or I should say to the sideline, then back to the huddle. And it's more of a methodical type of offense. But the passing game just wasn't there 7 days ago. Jones back to pass. He'll hand to his tailback this time on second and 10, about 5 yards. And that'll set up a third down and medium. DeJessa, his first carry of the game. Nope, DeJessa's the leading rusher on this team so far here in 2025. He's been fed a lot, and he's produced at a high level. Jones on third down and 5, trying to come up with a big-time, and he's got it, big-time first down. I had to pause there in the middle of that commentary because I didn't know what Jones was going to do. Throw the football or run it. He decides to take off and run, and he's got the first down. So the Pioneers able to extend their opening drive. And that's one of the things that Pioneers didn't have the ability to do last week with their sophomore quarterback in replace of Jones. And that's extend plays and show that threat to pass the football. So it sets up a first down and 10. Ball's marked at the 36-yard line. Jones will keep it himself, go up the gut. He's got blockers, and he pushes his way forward past the 40-yard line, and he picks up about 5 on the carry. Mentioned in the opening how impressive Jones has been throwing the football. Not only does he have the 11 passing touchdowns, he's only thrown 2 interceptions as well here this season. Again, Wyomissing 8-1, their only loss to Twin Valley just 2 weeks ago on their home turf. Jones got a free rusher at him, and down he goes. Great defensive pressure by the Wyomissing defense. Well, I'll highlight this. When you don't block number 44 off the edge, bad things are going to happen. And Jones goes down on the play. So it sets up a third down and 12 from the 34-yard line after the sack. Jones flushed out of the pocket. DeJessa trying to pick up the pressure. It's caught on the near sideline. What a pass by Jones, able to hang in there, get that ball off before the pressure came. And I'm not going to lie to you, you got to credit to Jessa there on the blitz pickup. Able to just buy his quarterback a little bit of time to get that throw off. That's good for 15 yards. And on that note, the ball's marked at the 49-yard line of LS. Four wide receiver set, trips to the bottom of the screen. Jones, again, takes the snap, hands to his tailback to Jesha, and he's brought down from behind. Eisenhower gets in on the stop. Chase and Brady Eisenhower, two of the leaders of this Wyomissing team. That was Chase in there on the stop. That sets up a 2nd down and 11 after the 1-yard loss from the 48-yard line. Jones hands to his tailback again. DeJessa spins off one tackler, and he's brought down as he goes into enemy territory, picks up a couple on the run. And we saw DeJessa go down on the road last week against Twin Valley in the 3rd quarter. Did not return to that football game. Stayed on the sideline, however, to cheer his team on. So obviously not too serious of an injury, but it was that ankle that was ultimately bothering him. And it's good to see him back in the lineup here tonight just a week later. Here comes the blitz. Jones flushed, and he's got to get rid of it, throws it away towards his own bench. And there's that Wyomissing pressure yet again. They've shown it all season long, and they get to Jones, honestly, for about the 3rd or 4th time on this drive to create some pressure. So that sets up a 4th down and 7 from the 48-yard line. So a promising drive to start ultimately gets wiped away. And Fiorello, who had the game-winning kick in the playoffs last year when these two teams matched up, is on the punt. Fiorello, clean snap, pretty solid boot. Bounces around the 20-yard line, fielded there, and it'll be down there after the short return. So we get a first look of the Wyomissing offense here tonight. Eisenhower goes under center on 1st down and 10. End around the Flagship. He's still moving past the 30-yard line and pushed out of bounds. So good pickup there for Wyomissing on the 1st down carry. An impressive stop early on by this defense as well. Wyomissing giving up a couple of chunk plays, but ultimately forcing the punt, and now they get to go to work offensively. Danny Fleischer, just one of the many ball carriers who will get touches here tonight for this Wyomissing team. That makes them obviously so dangerous against any opponent, but you really don't know which way this Wyomissing team will attack you. They got multiple bodies in the backfield. Not only that, they're all ultra talented. This time it goes to Eisenhower, trying to barrel past a couple of bodies. It takes about 4 blue jerseys to bring him down around the 31-yard line. Shelley in there on the stop. No gain on the play. It'll bring up a 2nd down and 10. So Wyo tries an outside run on 1st down. They get some good yards and another 1st down, move the chains. They try to go up the gut. They're denied on the next carry. We'll see what happens here. Eisenhower hands to Hardy. He works to the far sideline, to the 35, 40, 45, 50, into enemy territory, and finally out of bounds. Late hit after the play, and multiple penalty markers fly. Hardy's fired up. That's something we have come accustomed to seeing this season here in 2025. And Hardy makes that one cut, puts his foot in the ground, and takes off down that far sideline. Obviously has the vision, but the speed as well. And there's the massive hit as Hardy is well out of bounds at that point. So three plays offensively, three runs, and there's the personal foul call against LS. So the ball gets pushed to the 30-yard line of the Pioneers. Eisenhower hands off. Flagship makes one man miss, makes another man miss, pushes his way down the 10-yard line, and he's out of bounds around the 5. First down and goal from the 4-yard line after the Flagship run. The Spartans now threatening here midway through the first quarter. Hardy and Eisenhower line up in the backfield along with Flagship, who goes in motion. The hand goes to Eisenhower. He'll try the left side. Barrels his way forward. He gets into the end zone. And Wyomissing strikes first on the road here tonight. So you see Hardy on the far sideline showing the leadership. He's fired up for himself, not only himself, however, but his team as well, as they go up 6-0, pending the extra point here in the first quarter. Clean snap, clean hold, kick is up, and it's good. And Wyomissing leads 7-0 early on in this first quarter on the road here tonight. We'll take a quick timeout and be right back after this. Stay with us.
We're pretty big.
Yeah, people say we're giants.
You call that giant? This is giant. At Dean's Auto Plaza, we have a giant selection of quality used cars, trucks, and SUVs, all at prices that will not crush your budget.
Okay, he's the real giant.
Yeah.
Come see why they call Dean's Auto Plaza York's used car giant.
Back here out of a timeout. Max Gretzel on the call. Week number 10 of Friday Night Football on the Flagship Network. Wyomissing leads 7-0 after the Chase Eisenhower 4-yard rushing touchdown. It was set up by a personal foul penalty against Lampeter Strasburg, along with it. Justice Hardy run deep into LS territory, which was marked out originally around the 50-yard line, maybe the 45, and after the personal foul, it was a 15-yard penalty after the play, the late hit out of bounds, again, if you're just joining us. Again, the Pioneers wiped away on their opening drive after moving the football relatively well. They started at their own 20, 21-yard line around there, and ultimately they stalled around midfield. Brady Cunningham on the return, number 20. Have to go back to the opening kickoff there. It was not the Jessup, it was Cunningham. My apologies. And Cunningham's been called upon not only as a returner here tonight, but also has gotten involved in the passing game as well. One catch on 2 targets for 15 yards. Pre-snap motion. Carry goes to Christensen. He'll try that far side, and there's nowhere to go. Tyler Nydrowski, the first one in there for Wyomissing on the stop. 1 yard pickup. It'll set up a 2nd down and 9 as we move past the midway point here in the first quarter. And again, you see the Pioneers moving slowly here offensively. Much different feel than what Wyomissing and Twin Valley like to do, at least what we've seen so far over the last few weeks. Jones, again, is flush. He feels pressure, still feels it, and again, he will fire to the sideline. Eisenhower, who had the rushing touchdown on offense, was in pursuit. Penalty's going to go against LS, an eligible man down the field. Well, so far the story has been Jones trying to find some footing offensively. He's been flushed from the pocket on multiple occasions, and when that happens, obviously, he catches some of those linemen downfield illegally. So after the 5-yard penalty, it'll set up a 2nd down and 14 from the 16-yard line. Jones will hand off to DeGessa, who moves past the 20-yard line, and he's tackled shortly after that. Mark him down at about the 22. That's good for about 6. We have a whistle and an injury timeout. So we'll take our second break of the night here, and we'll step aside. Injury timeout. I'll be back after this.
Hey guys, we're heading into No No Albies here in West Reading. We've got the West Reading French Fry Fest next Saturday, so we're gonna shoot a little content with Massimo in here for the Visit West Reading Instagram page.
Third and 8. Big opportunity here for Wyo to put some more pressure on Lampeter Strasburg. Jones still in the pocket. Now he'll scramble yet again. Throws one at DeGessa, and that's going to be pass interference. So on 3rd down and 8, the Pioneers get handed a gift. It's pass interference. The defensive back did not turn his head, and DeGessa was the intended target. So on that note, the ball's now placed at the 37-yard line. Pioneers will take it, obviously, in a game like this. Pioneers coming in with a record of 7-2, while missing 8-1. A lot on the line here tonight. DeGessa goes through the line of scrimmage, and he picks up about 2 on the carry. That'll set up a 2nd down and 8. We move past the 5-minute mark here in the first quarter. Argelis in on the stop. Jones bobbles the snap. Ball's on the turf, and Jones just has to fall on it. One step forward, 2 steps back so far for the Pioneers. And that's going to set up a 3rd down and long. It officially goes down as a 9-yard loss on the play. And after the pass interference penalty, the Pioneers are going to need a deep shot here to try to get this drive moving in the right direction consistently. I know we've seen so far overall the Pioneers this season showing more than enough ability to move the football, but they haven't run into a team quite like Wyomissing defensively outside of Twin Valley. Screen pass goes to Lopez. He's still moving his legs, fighting down that far sideline, getting a little chippy in front of the YO bench. And ultimately, after the screen, it's going to be a 4th down and about 8. So Lopez does the best he can, but just not enough room on that far sideline. And Fiorello will come on to punt yet again for the 2nd time tonight. Well, you hear all the talk about Wyo and how good they are on paper, and you read articles, you see highlights, but until you get here in person and really see how dominant this team is and how talented they are, it's a little bit more special to see in person. Fair catch around the 30-yard line, and that's where Wyomissing will start their next possession. But, you know, all the talk preseason and even a season ago with Justice Hardy and how dominant he is and what his future looks like as a college prospect. But you got both the Eisenhowers, you got Fleischhood, Nydrowski. I mean, these guys are almost, if not just as talented as Hardy is in some aspects. And they really do play well as a team. We did have a personal foul penalty on that punt. And as I was going through the bio here of the Wyomissing Spartans, and all of a sudden Asher Jones has the football yet again, and he moves right up the middle. He's hit hard around the 35-yard line. He's up slowly. And the Pioneers get another gift. They get the pass interference call. They get a personal foul call to extend this drive. But at this stage, by any means necessary, if you're LS here tonight on their home field, ball's now officially marked at the Wyomissing 33-yard line. And after the penalty, this is the first time the Pioneers have had the ball in Wyo territory here tonight. The Jessup, the tailback. He gets the carry, goes up the middle, finds a crease, still moving, and he's brought down just shy of the 25-yard line. So the Pioneers now starting to find something on the ground. There is a penalty marker down on the play. We'll check it. Dead ball, personal foul against the defense. So make that 2 personal fouls on this drive alone, and that's going to move the football even deeper into Wyo territory. Well, in between the lines so far tonight, from a play standpoint, the defense has played at a high level, but it's been the penalties and the free plays that have hurt the Spartans so far in this first quarter. 2:45 to play in the first on that note. Ball's now marked at the 13-yard line. It's first down and 10. So the referees iron out some wrinkles, and Jones will go back to work offensively. Takes the snap, charges toward that far side, and he's brought down in the backfield. Westwood in there on the stop. Jones had the Jess as a lead blocker, but too many white jerseys there on that play. Second and 12 after the loss of 2. Again, 7-0 Spartans after the opening drive, rushing touchdown by Chase Eisenhower. Jones, this time back to pass. Screen is on to Jessa, drops it. And he's going to jaw with a couple of white jerseys after the play as well. The Jessa frustrated with himself. Felt like he should have hauled that one in. We've seen him do it all season long. Jones now goes to the sideline like we've seen so far in this football game. Gets the play. And this all happens with the play clock moving inside of 20 seconds. So once Jones gets the call, he's got to get back to the huddle quickly and get to the line of scrimmage even quicker. Play clock under 10, now 8. 7, now 6. They got to go quickly here. 3 on the play clock, 2 on the play clock, 1. And the Pioneers have called timeout. Well, interesting to see. We've said it before, and we'll say it again. It just takes a lot of time when Jones is on the sideline, then has to run all the way back there. It's easier said than done. We'll stay here with 1:55 to play in the first quarter. LS burns their first timeout of the first quarter. I guess a better way to put it would be of the first half. Somewhat trying to bring you inside the huddle here. I know the audio isn't great, but great close-up shots here by our production team behind the scenes to be able to give you guys that video. Third down and 12 after the timeout. Jones, play action, fires. Pass goes incomplete. Gajecki was the intended target. I'm sorry, that's Curtis. Keegan Curtis was the intended target. My apologies. That's his first target of the game. Well, if you had the read option there with Tajessa, Jones tried to throw the football, just not as crisp as we've seen him so far here in 2025. And maybe it's some rust from not playing a week ago. We shall see. Fiorello's on for the field goal try. Kick is up. And the kick is no good. So the score remains 7-0 Wyomissing. And Fiorello, he's going to be frustrated with that one. We're used to seeing him make those kicks. Give you a quick replay here. He just pushes it wide right. Great camera angle down there by our team as well. Try to give you the on-field perspective of the Fiorello field goal attempt. So after the miss, ball's now marked at the 20-yard line. Handoff goes up the middle, and not too much doing on that play. Good stop there by the interior defensive line as a whole of the Pioneers. It's going to take a lot of time to get those bodies up off the turf. Nidrowski got his number called that time, number 24, and not much doing. There you see Chase Eisenhower, number 21, currently on the sideline. And that just speaks to the amount of talent this Wyomissing team has. Eisenhower goes under center. He'll hand to Hardy. Last time this play happened, Hardy went for a big-time run, and he has a first down on this play as he goes out of bounds on that far sideline. Well, Brady Eisenhower's had a pretty solid season, to say the least. With this rushing attack, he's not asked to do too much, but he's thrown 27 of 44 so far this season. That's good for a 61% completion percentage. 11 touchdowns, only 2 interceptions. Hardy gets the football again. He works his way past the 40-yard line, picks up about 6 on the play. And let us set up a second down and 4. I'll give it to number 5. Good things usually happen. And you see another chunk of yards off the board on that run. Anytime an offense is able to run the football and pick up 3, 4, 5, 6 yards per carry, you're setting yourself up for success. And that's what we've seen so far tonight from this Wyomissing offense. Handoff goes to Nidrowski. He's got a first down and a little bit more as he works past the 45-yard line, and he's brought down shortly after that. Could be the final play of this first quarter, barring a timeout. clock will continue to run on the referee's signal. 14-13, now 12 seconds remaining in the first quarter. And it looks like Wyo will just walk to their sideline and call it a day. "25% of the puzzle complete here tonight at Lampeter Strasburg High School. Wyomissing 7, LS 0, and Wyo has the football when we come back.
This is Chase Eisenhower, fullback and linebacker at Wyomissing, and you're watching Football Night on Flagship Network.
We appreciate Chase Eisenhower bringing us back from break here as we begin the second quarter. It was a 49-8 victory last week for Wyomissing against Octorara. Hardy had 2 touchdowns alone in the first quarter in that football game. Argelis gets his first touch of the game offensively as he works his way towards that far sideline. Christensen in on the stop. 9-yard pickup on the play by Argelis. That'll set up a 2nd down and 1. See those big bodies there in the trenches by both teams. Handoff goes up the middle. 3-yard pickup there on that carry by Nydrowski. And that's going to be good enough for a Wyomissing first down, and they move the chains. When you got 2, 3, maybe even 4 guys that are so talented for Wyomissing and they continue to run the football at a high level, it just wears you down as a defense as this game continues. Nydrowski again lines up right behind Eisenhower, who fakes it to him. He'll throw for the first time. He gets it to Hardy. He catches it in the flat, and he's tackled almost immediately there around the 40-yard line. Got to give credit to Christensen there, not allowing Hardy to get away from pressure. Three-yard pickup on the catch by Hardy. Great pursuit here by Christensen as well on the replay. Able to grasp Hardy and keep him there for a short gain. Nydrowski remains the tailback. Argelis gets the carry. He's got a blocker out in front following him, and he maneuvers his way past the 35-yard line and brought down at around the 34. Well, it hasn't been sexy so far here tonight, minus that Hardy run earlier in the first quarter, but it's been efficient, to say the least, for this Wyomissing offense. Third down and 2. Can the Pioneers get off the field here on 3rd and short? Hardy in motion. Handoff goes to Nydrowski, I believe. Oh, no, excuse me, that's Eisenhower on that far side. He gets past the 20-yard line, and Wyomissing picks up yet another first down. Really hard to keep track when you got Nydrowski and Eisenhower going back and forth, playing rock, paper, scissors, shoot as to who's going to get the next touch. And we have a whistle and a stoppage for an injured Pioneer on the play. We will step aside and come right back after this.
Land Hope Farms is a stop that gets you going with the most delicious coffee, flavorful breakfasts, custom-made sandwiches, and the famous fried chicken everyone craves. Plus, top quality snacks to keep you going. We offer the best gasoline and diesel in the area and free air for your tires. Visit our stores in Unionville and Oxford, Pennsylvania, serving our community since 1969. Land Hope Farms, the stop that gets you going.
This is Mitch Swar, linebacker and fullback for Lampeter Strasburg High School, and you are watching Football Night on Flagship Network.
Injured Pioneer was number 22, Cunningham. As we come out of a timeout, helped off the field by Gajecki and McQueen, a couple of the Pioneer teammates. So we get back to action here with 10:04 and counting in the second quarter. 7-0 Wyomissing. They had possession of the football. Handoff goes to Justice Hardy. Gets around one defender, and good pursuit there on the play. Curtis in on the stop yet again, very similar to a play earlier on in this drive by the Lampeter Strasburg defense, not allowing Hardy to take that full head of steam and make it a chunk play. Second down and 10 from the 27-yard line. Eisenhower in the backfield. Pre-snap motion. Handoff goes to Fleischhood. Moves his way forward. Backs his way forward. Spins his way forward inside the 15-yard line. That's good enough for a first down. It's 1st and 10 to be exact from the 14-yard line. Handoff goes to Hardy. This time he's got a blocker in space, and Hardy hits the boost button and charges towards the end zone for a touchdown. Wyomissing strikes yet again. Well, doesn't get much easier than that for Justice Hardy when you get him moving from end to end, allowing him to get his momentum going. And when you don't have anybody out there to stop him or at least make him change direction, not too many people are going to catch him in open space. Extra point, no good. Hits the crossbar. We'll keep things here after the missed extra point. Try to get you a replay. But at the end of the day, it's Justice Hardy yet again doing damage. Number 5. He's got another rushing touchdown to add to his list. Hardy, in this 2025 season, came into this game with 11 touchdowns. More importantly, some people might say, no fumbles. And that's impressive for number 5 in its own right, but that rushing touchdown makes it 12 on the season. Not only that, he's only gotten the ball less than 60 times on the ground here in 2025, and he's made the opposition pay with over 600 rushing yards. Nadrowski getting that left shin/knee worked on. And these student athletes are very tough, to say the least. Producer next to me eating a cheeseburger. Didn't get me one before the game. It's all good. Not mad about it. $13-0 your score. 8:56 to play in the second quarter. Keegan Maher on the kick. And it's a pretty darn good one. Fielded by Cunningham around his own 5-yard line. He'll try the near sideline this time. Has a full head of steam. Works past the 30-yard line. And he's brought down just past that. But there's a penalty marker down on the field. Personal foul, face mask on Wyomissing. So not only was it a good return to begin with for the Pioneers, look at 15 yards tacked onto it. And they'll set up shop in very good field position to begin this drive. Couple of fans here not too happy with one of those student athletes down on the field. I remember back in the day, my dad was very similar. Just got to put your head down and pretend you can't hear anything if you're on the field at this point. 8:50 to go here until halftime. Jones gives to DeJessa, looks for some space. He's got some as he moves his way past the 50-yard line, goes into Wyomissing territory, and the running game is starting to pick up a little bit here for the Pioneers after a quiet first possession. That's going to be good enough for a Lampeter Strasburg first down as well. Ball's marked at the 42-yard line. And on that note, you see the Lampeter Strasburg offense moving more quickly here on this possession as well. Handoff goes to DeJessa again. This time, just nowhere to go. He's wrapped up by Eisenhower, who got in on the stop first, followed up by Nadrowski. So we've seen earlier on in this football game, Jones getting to the sideline, having to hustle back to the huddle. This time, it looks like he almost has 4, maybe 5 plays already drawn up before this possession started, and he's just going to him right now, trying to play with some rhythm and some swagger as he goes back to pass, dumps it off, and that's a nice hit there. Short pickup there by Curtis. Got to give credit to Argelis there as well. That's what I was looking for on that tackle. 3-yard pickup after the catch by Curtis. Jones this time goes to the sideline and now back to the huddle. A little bit more efficiently, though. Still 18 seconds to work with on the play clock. 3rd down and 7. LS tested yet again. Trying to extend the drive. Jones scrambles to his left, keeps his eyes downfield, fires, and it's tipped away and incomplete. Hardy deflects the pass. Well, used to calling his name offensively so far, at least tonight, but he's a pretty darn good defensive back as well. So Fiorello, as he was last week against Twin Valley, very busy. And he's on the punt yet again. I think if you're the Pioneers, obviously you're not happy with what the score is right now, but they have shown sparks of life. Just a matter of doing it consistently, but that's the name of the game. Argelis will let the ball trickle out of bounds around the 5-yard line. So great punt there by Fiorello. and that will pin the Wyomissing offense, I should say, deep in their own territory. Under 7 minutes to go here in week number 10 on a Friday night. Max Gretzula with you for Flagship Network, B&B Media team here behind the scenes putting this production together. They've done a great job all season long, and we appreciate everyone being with us throughout these 10 weeks as the calendar has not officially hit fall yet, I guess, but very close to. And I tell you what, if you ask these fans who have come out tonight, they tell you it's a little chilly. It's officially football weather, some might say. First down carry, and it's a pretty healthy one. Pickup of about 6 by Eisenhower. Eisenhower had the 4-yard rushing touchdown to start the first drive for Wyomissing, followed up by Hardy most recently on the rushing touchdown. Brady Eisenhower not asked to do too much of the quarterback spot, but control the flow, and he's done it at a high level so far as Hardy again accelerates and works past the 20-yard line. So that'll move the chains, and Wyomissing will get a fresh set of downs. First and 10 from the 21. Flagship tries the left side. He's got some space. Again, a full head of steam. Past the 40, past the 50. He goes into Lampeter Strasburg territory and out of bounds. So Hardy comes one way, Flagship goes the other. The next play, and he's got a chunk play picked up on that run. Ball's marked at the 46-yard line, and again, the offense continues to hum. And when you get both of these players, Flagship or Hardy, with a full head of steam, they make you pay, especially when you have blockers out in front. Those end arounds are not drawn up by accident. Hardy in motion. The fake goes to him. The ball goes to the tailback, and that's Eisenhower yet again as we work past the midway point here in the second quarter. That's good for a 2-yard pickup. Officially goes down as a 2nd and 9 from the 45. So far, Wyomissing has had success running the football around the edges. Not so much up the middle, minus that short yard run by Eisenhower in the first quarter. Handoff goes to Hardy. He'll try the right side. It's good pursuit there by the defense as Lopez is the first one in on the stop. Well, so far for Hardy offensively, it's been chunk play or nothing. And nothing is the result that time. Well, as an opposing defense, when Wyo comes to town, you circle number 5. And so far, minus the touchdown run, I think LS has done a pretty solid job. There's just so many different weapons to attack you from a Wyomissing standpoint. As Lampeter Strasburg tries to build some momentum, we'll step aside and come back after this.
We're pretty big.
Yeah, people say we're giants.
You call that giant? This is giant. At Dean's Auto Plaza, we have a giant selection of quality used cars, trucks, and SUVs, all at prices that will not crush your budget.
Okay, he's the real giant.
Yeah.
Come see why they call Dean's Auto Plaza York's used car giant.
Back here out of a timeout, Max Gretzula on the call. Week number 10 of Friday Night Football. A week ago, Twin Valley put a hurting on LS as Drew Angle ran all over the Pioneer defense. tonight, the Pioneers get their starting quarterback back in action, but they still trail 13-0, trying to get their offense going. But it starts here on the defensive side as Eisenhower will keep it himself, tucks it away, runs past the 45, cuts upfield, and he's dropped just shy of the 35-yard line. That's Brady Eisenhower's first rushing attempt of the game, and it's a solid one. That'll move the chains. Great camera shots. When you're up high above the field, things move a lot more slowly. Flagship gets the carry. Knocked out of bounds around the line of gain. And I think he will be just shy of first down yardage. Again, nope, excuse me, I apologize. The referee now signals first down, so we will indeed move the chains. Going back to those camera shots, so you really see how quick and physical these players are up close and personal. Handoff goes to Westwood. He gets his first carry of the game. An embarrassment of riches offensively for this Spartan team. Past the 4-minute mark here in the second quarter. The Wyo offense continues to wear down the defense, especially the line of the Pioneers. See the hands on the hips by a couple of the tackles. Westwood still in the backfield. It'll go to Hardy this time, looking for a crease. He's got one. Again, puts on the accelerator and jogs into the end zone for a touchdown. That's his second of the night for number 5. False start on the offense, so that'll back up the extra point just a little bit. Snap is fumbled, and the pass goes incomplete. So that's twice now. Wyomissing has been unsuccessful, that is, on the extra point try. But here's the touchdown run from Justice Hardy. His second of the game. It's 19-0 Spartans as we send it to break.
We're pretty big.
Yeah, people say we're giants.
You call that giant? This is giant. At Dean's Auto Plaza, we have a giant selection of quality used cars, trucks, and SUVs, all at prices that will not crush your budget.
Okay, he's the real giant.
Yeah.
Come see why they call Dean's Auto Plaza York's used car giant.
Justice Hardy, with his 13th rushing touchdown of the season, has extended the Wyomissing lead. They lead 19-0. And Maher is on the kickoff. Cunningham and Lopez back to receive. Lopez will field at his own 2-yard line and try to create some space. Gets past the 15, and he's dropped just past the 20. So Jones and company will go back to work offensively for an offense that has been inconsistent so far here in the first half. Needless to say, the Pioneers hoping for points before the half. Jones keeps it himself, but there's nowhere to go as Eisenhower gets in there on the stop. Second down and 11 from the 22. DeJessa to the right of Jones. Jones back to pass. He's pressured immediately by Eisenhower. Just has to get rid of it. Pass goes incomplete. No one can block number 21 right now. Cunningham and Lopez jogging onto the field now. On third down and 11, LS behind the sticks. Jones back to pass. Again, has to get rid of it quickly, and the pass goes incomplete. He was looking for Cunningham, but even if he caught it, it still would have been shy of the line to gain. And Fiorello will come on to punt. So the Wild defense does its job, and they will get the football back with 2:27 to go until halftime. End over end punt by Fiorello. It's dropped at around the 45, trickles out of bounds at around the 43-yard line, and that's where it will be marked for Brady Eisenhower in the Wild offense. Well, most teams with 2:18 to play until the half would probably throw the football. Still with 2 timeouts, however, for the Wyomissing offense, but don't tell Coach Wolf from that. He knows his team can get in the end zone on the ground in 2 minutes and 18 seconds. That's plenty of time with the talent they have. Eisenhower will keep it himself, tucks it away, goes past the 35-yard line, and he jogs out of bounds at around the, call it the 46.5-yard line. Four-yard pickup by Eisenhower on the keeper. And that'll set up a second down and 6 from the 47 exactly. Eisenhower got out of bounds. That stopped the clock with 2:12 to play. Hardy gets the carry again with some blockers out in front. Cuts back upfield, moves past the 50-yard line, and he's dropped at around the first down marker, and that will be enough for a Wyomissing first down. So the rushing attack continues to lean on the blue jersey so far here tonight. And little by little, Wild continues to wear down the Pioneer D. Same formation. Hardy gets the carry yet again. Follows the blockers. Goes upfield. And again, great pursuit by the blue jerseys. That time the Pioneers defense trying to keep in the fight here in the second quarter. Can't have just one body in pursuit of number 5 in open space. Has to be a collective effort. And indeed it was on that play. Stacked line of scrimmage. Eisenhower back to pass, scrambling, throws across his body. He's got his man, and it's a deep shot down the far sideline. Out of bounds goes Strong at around the 10. Not only that, that stops the clock as well with 1:08 to play until the half. It'll set up a first down and 10 from the 11-yard line. Well, it's ground and pounded till it's not. And Strong is able to haul that pass in from Eisenhower. Misdirection to Fleischhood. He cuts upfield. He's into the end zone. Touchdown Wyomissing. Well, they didn't need 2 minutes and 18 seconds. They needed about 1 minute. And they get into the end zone from their own 43-yard line. 25-0 your score pending the extra point. Wyomissing so far 1 of 3 on extra point attempts here tonight. So Coach Wolfram says, you know what, I'm just going to go for 2. We'll see if they're able to convert. Eisenhower scrambles. Penalty marker flies. Eisenhower fires, and the pass goes incomplete. We'll check the penalty. And it's illegal shift, that is, on the offense. And with that being said, penalty obviously declined. And a 2-point conversion attempt is denied. 59 seconds to work with. Wyomissing with a stranglehold in this football game.
Land Hope Farms is a stop that gets you going with the most delicious coffee, flavorful breakfast, custom-made sandwiches, and the famous fried chicken everyone craves. Plus, top quality snacks to keep you going. We offer the best gasoline and diesel in the area and free air for your tires. Visit our stores in Unionville and Oxford, Pennsylvania, serving our community since 1969. Land Hope Farms, the stop that gets you going.
Wyo playing with some swagger tonight here on the road. They lead 25-0, pitching a shutout so far in this first half. The LS offense just asking their defense to do too much here tonight in this first half. But that's why we play 4 quarters and not just 2. Maher on the kick. Cunningham back to receive. So far, so good for the Spartan faithful that have traveled on the road here tonight. Little pooch kick fielded around the 30-yard line. And it's going to be about a net 5. Big picture speaking on the return. From 30 to the 35, and that's where Jones will go back to work. 56 seconds remain, and great shot there captured by our team on the field as well on that pass to Strong on the last possession for Wyo. Jones takes the snap. He'll hand to his tailback to Jessup, picks up about 4 on the carry. Both teams still with 2 timeouts remaining until the half. We'll see if LS decides to use them. But with that first down play call, I'd be surprised. Ball's marked at the 39-yard line. DeJessa gets his number called again. He's hit immediately in the backfield. Well, Strong can catch the football, but he can blow plays up as well. And he shows you just that right there. Wyo into the prevent defense with 5 seconds now, 4-3, and it's not going to matter. LS throws the white flag as they jog off their home field to the locker room with some murmurs, some groans, whatever words you want to use. And Wyomissing flexing their muscle here tonight. They lead 25-0 on the road, and here in week number 10, we'll send it to break. It's halftime here in Lampeter, Strasburg.
We're pretty big.
Yeah, people say we're giants.
You call that giant? This is giant. At Dean's Auto Plaza, we have a giant selection of quality used cars, trucks, and SUVs, all at prices that will not crush your budget.
Okay, he's the real giant.
Yeah.
Come see why they call Dean's Auto Plaza York's used car giant.
Land Hope Farms is a stop that gets you going with the most delicious coffee, flavorful breakfasts, custom-made sandwiches, and the famous fried chicken everyone craves. Plus, top quality snacks to keep you going. We offer the best gasoline and diesel in the area and free air for your tires. Visit our stores in Unionville and Oxford, Pennsylvania, serving our community since 1969. Land Hope Farms, the stop that gets you going.
Hi, my name is Tyler Nadrasky. I'm a fullback and outside linebacker, and you're watching Football Night on Flagship Network.
Hey guys, we're heading into No Albies here in West Reading. We've got the West Reading French Fry Fest next Saturday, so we're gonna shoot a little content with Massimo in here for the Visit West Reading Instagram page.
let's have a round of applause upon you reenter the field for the second half of tonight's contest. And also let's have a round of applause as the Spartans re-enter the field for the second half of the contest this evening. Strasburg football program would like to enthusiastically thank our 2025 supporters, Senator Scott Martin, Reno's official breakfast sandwiches of the Pioneers, Maple House Dairy Store, Synergy Service Center, William Poole Family Dentistry, Zimmerman's Ace Hardware, St. John's Driving School, LLC, Strasburg Pizza, Rocky Springs Entertainment Center, and Red Pig Bar and Grill. We encourage all LS football cheer and marching band fans to support the businesses and people who support us. Thank you again for your support. Started the second half deep for Wyomissing. Number 5, Hardy, and number 1, Flagship. Kicking off for Lampeter Strasburg, number 23, Fiorello.
Second half action starts now from Lampeter Strasburg. Hardy and Flagship back to receive. Fiorello to kick off. It's 25-0 Wyomissing as we begin the third quarter. Kick goes through the back of the end zone, and Wyomissing will start their first offensive possession of the second half from the 20-yard line. Penalty marker is down on the field, and we'll check it.
Onside penalty call against the Pioneers. They'll back them up 5 yards, and they will re-kick ball.
Penalty on the play, so we will re-kick. Just pretend I didn't say anything, and we will start over. Second half action starts now, and Wyomissing has put a beat down offensively so far in this football game on Lampeter Strasburg, but the bigger story may be the LS offense, who, with Asher Jones back under center, was expected to play at a high level and put up points as they've done all season long. But it's been a different story so far here tonight. Flagship bobbles it, then returns it for a positive gain past the 20-yard line and down at about the 26. So make it a 6-yard bonus from where they would have started had the penalty not happened. Week 10 of Friday Night Football. It's senior night here at LS. Had the halftime ceremonies and the marching band performance as well. So for the last time, not only for some of these student athletes on the field, but for the band as well and color guard, the last time they will be on the LS field during a football game, at least, in their senior year. Time flies when you're having fun. 1st and 10 from the 26. Eisenhower, the tailback, gets his number called, has a hole, gets past the 30-yard line, and he's upended at the 31. 5-yard pickup for number 21 on first down. Eisenhower listed at 6 feet 220. And that's the last guy you want to see in front of you with a full head of steam. Hardy on the end around. Again, with the blockers out in front, has a crease, and he's able to get a positive gain. And big picture speaking, a first down. This just goes back to Coach Wolfram and the offensive techniques that Wyo loves to run. I mean, not only do you need to have the playmakers to get the job done, but you need to have the execution as far as the blocking and the technique and everything, because Hardy can't do it himself. Obviously, he follows those big guys up that get off the line of scrimmage and get out in the flat so quickly. And it's almost like a convoy at times for Wyomissing. Official timeout as number 10, Wilson, slowly jogging off the field for Lampeter Strasburg on defense. But he's able to do so under his own power. And we'll get back to action. 1st and 10 from the 41. Eisenhower remains in the game at the running back spot. Flagship and Hardy also in the game. Flagship gets his number called, turns the corner, has a crease, goes past midfield, and he's brought down just shy of the 45-yard line, make it the 46 to be exact. Danny Flagship has had an impressive season so far, to say the least, and he's had an impressive game in this one when he gets his number called. Hasn't been often, but that's just because there's so many mouths to feed in this offense. The size of Eisenhower in the backfield threatens any defense. And this time the play's blown up as Hardy is brought down behind the line of scrimmage. Swar in on the stop, as well as a couple of his teammates on that play. 2-yard loss, 2nd down and 12 upcoming on a chilly night, to say the least, here at Lampeter Strasburg High School. LS coming off a season in 2024 that was special. And he asked people around this area how special it was. They'll tell you that was an amazing team to watch and big shoes to fill with some of the big-time graduations from last year. 7-2 record, not too shabby here in 2025. Dominic Brown and Caleb House, 2 men to highlight who graduated a season ago, and that was a big storyline coming into this year. Would LS have the strength and numbers that they've had in years past with all their graduates? And I think they've answered the question to that so far, record-wise at least. Eisenhower goes back to pass, throws on the run. It goes through two white jerseys. It was Flagship and Hardy. I think it was originally intended for Hardy, that is. And there's a penalty marker down on the field. Through the hands of Hardy, through the hands of Flagship, and incomplete. We'll check the penalty. Looks like it's going to be on Wyo. And it is. The false start, penalties decline, and that'll bring up 4th down. So it's 4th and 11. And for the first time here tonight, it looks like Wyomissing will punt. And much to the applause of the Lampeter Strasburg faithful here tonight. So LS gets the stop they need coming out of the locker room. Maher on the punt, that is. Illegal substitution on that note on Wyo. That'll back him up even further. And the ball now officially back into Wyo territory at the 48-yard line. Lopez, the return man for Lampeter Strasburg, number 2. You see him there on your screen in the distance. Maher, number 22, will punt. First time I've said that here tonight. And it's a pretty good one. Lopez backpedals, stops, fields in front of his own 10-yard line, spins off one defender, pushes past another, still on his feet. Ball pops loose. Wyo has it. Wyo has it. And just when you thought things could not get worse for his Lampeter Strasburg team, after they get the stop they need, they turn the football over and Wyo goes back to offense in the red zone. Lopez, you're going to see it here on the replay. He fought off multiple white jerseys, spins off of one, pushes off another, but this time the ball just gets a little too loose. And credit that defensive pursuit to fall on that football. Got to give credit to Westwood, who ultimately came up with it. Short pickup past the 10-yard line. 4-yard gain on first down. DeFabrizio was the one who got his paws on that football and forced it out of Lopez's arm. Second down and 6 from the 8-yard line. Wyo threatening yet again. Flagship, Hardy, Eisenhower. Who's going to get the football here on second down? Nadrowski in motion. Eisenhower gets the carry, turns the corner, cuts upfield, and goes into the end zone. Touchdown Wyomissing. The rip in the back of the jersey says it all. Eisenhower doing the dirty work here tonight. That's his second touchdown of the game. Hardy with 2, and now Eisenhower with 2 as well. Maher on for the extra point. Kick is up, and it's good. 32-0 your score here tonight. Lampeter Strasburg struggling 2 weeks in a row.
We're pretty big.
Yeah, people say we're giants.
You call that giant? This is giant. At Dean's Auto Plaza, we have a giant selection of quality used cars, trucks, and SUVs, all at prices that will not crush your budget.
Okay, he's the real giant.
Yeah.
Come see why they call Dean's Auto Plaza York's used car giant.
Hi, my name is Tyler Nadrowski. I'm a fullback and outside linebacker, and you're watching Football Night on Flagship Network.
Welcome back, everyone. If you're just joining us, It was a matchup build as an 8-1 team versus a 7-2 team, as LS came back home after a tough loss a week ago on the road at Twin Valley to their senior night here tonight. But it's been anything but fun if you're an LS fan, as Wyomissing continues to pour it on. They lead 32-0, and they were stopped on that last possession. LS forced a punt, but they turned the football over on that same play. And they have trouble fielding this one as well, as DeJessa falls on it around his own 20-yard line. A few plays later, on that note, it was Eisenhower for his second rushing touchdown of the game.
They'll be first and 10 for the Pioneers from their 20-yard line. 7:51 left in the third quarter.
Jones continues to encourage his team as a leader in the huddle. First and 10 from the 20-yard line. DeJessa in the backfield. It'll go to him, and he's got to crease up the gut past the 25, and he's brought down right around there. 5-yard pickup on the first down carry. Well, DeJessa continues to find holes up front as the leading rusher on this LS team this season. Still looking for that chunk play and trying to break one. Hand off again to DeJessa. He's got some more running space, and he falls forward right at the line to gain. I think that will be enough for a first down. And it is. So, 2 DeJessa carries and a first down for Lampeter Strasburg. This time, Jones kind of like a half jog towards the sideline to get the play call. He's got it. He's back in the huddle. And just like that, with over 20 seconds to go on the play clock, LS is ready to roll at the line of scrimmage. Jones feeds DeJessa, who cuts back up the middle, and he works his way forward for about 3. That's 3 straight positive gains for DeJessa on the ground. Nothing sexy, but it's progress.
Andrew Breshnahan of Wyomissing. 2-yard gain on that play. It'll be 2nd and 8.
Second down and 7 from the 33-yard line. Jones to pass, scrambling like he's done all night long, looking for some help, fires across his body, and it's caught. And that's going to be good for a first down across the 40-yard line. Gajecki, his first catch of the game. Right place, right time for number 9.
First down for Lampeter Strasburg. Ball now on the 42-yard line. Play stop on number 5, Justice Hardy of Spartans. 6:10 left.
LS wants to work quickly for obvious reasons. They're down 32-0 as they hand to DeJessa yet again. He goes up the middle. He's got about 3-4. He bursts through and gets across midfield. Credit the second effort there by DeJessa.
Play stop on number 4, Ardois. And it is just shy.
That's going to be a 9-yard pickup on the play.
2nd and 1.
And it'll bring up a second down and 1 as again LS gets to the line quickly. Past the midway point of this third quarter. Jones with a read option. He'll keep it himself. He'll step up, and he will scramble. Gets away from the pressure. Fires across his body into no man's land. Through the hands of a defender and complete. It's Gajecki again. Argella's got his paws on it momentarily, but he couldn't bring it in. And Gajecki was there to haul it in. Well, I said right place, right time a moment ago. That was truly right place, right time. And credit the hand-eye coordination of number 9. Jones, hands off. DeJessa up the cut. Pick your poison on this drive. So far, it seems like anything has been working for this LS team as DeJessa goes through the middle of the line of scrimmage.
6 yards gained on that last play.
And it's a 6-yard pickup on the play.
Ball is now on the 22-yard line. There's an official's timeout.
Official's timeout as Martino jogs off the field. Looks like he may have had a equipment malfunction by chance. But we are ready to play football yet again. And obviously, if you're an LS fan, you don't want the momentum to be halted on something like that. DeJessa gets his number called, bursts through, and he's inside of the 20-yard line. Positive gain after positive gain for number 8. The Pioneers have something cooking here in the third quarter. I think the biggest thing to point out so far, other than all these positive plays, is the tempo as well. It's certainly picked up for the Pioneers. Under 5 to go in the third quarter. The Jessup now to the left, and it's going to be a false start, I believe. The Jessup looked like he shrugged those shoulders a little early, and that'll be a 5-yard penalty, I think. Indeed it is. A false start on the offense. Well, we'll see if the Pioneers can avoid these self-inflicted wounds on a drive that has looked so promising thus far. Gajecki out wide. Handoff goes to DeJessa. He's hit immediately in the backfield, and he's power slammed down. Big time stop by a defensive front. And Wyomissing finally, minus the penalty, comes up with a negative play. 2nd and 15, no gain on the play. Ball marked at the 23. Very similar formation like we've seen most of this drive. The Jessup to the left of Jones. Read option again. Jones back to pass. Flushed. Hit as he throws. Pass goes incomplete. And finally we have a whistle. Well, we've seen it a lot at the professional level, even though most of the people in the stands can obviously tell it's an incomplete pass with the ability of replay. The referees normally don't blow the play dead, but they do so right here at the high school level. A couple of substitutions come onto the football field. I think the biggest one is DeJessa, who comes off. And he's been fed often on this drive, to say the least. Empty backfield for the moment for Jones on 3rd down and 15. True passing play, you would think, on this play, but it's not. It's read well by the defense, and they blow it up. Argelis, who had the ball go right through his hands earlier in this drive, missed the interception. This time, he comes up with the fumble recovery. And you have to question the play call on 3rd and 15. A read option on a possible end around is very interesting. Regardless of the situation, the Pioneers turn it over yet again. And I don't think anyone can draw up a different way to shoot the Pioneers in the foot here tonight. They've done just about everything to hurt their drives. And it's specifically a shame on that one because of how well they were moving the football. Pioneers defense again asked to do a lot. They got to come up with yet another stop here on this drive. And I tell you what, I know it's 32-0, but you got to like the fight you're seeing here tonight from the blue jerseys on defense. The offense has been the bigger question. The Pioneers have stopped Hardy on multiple occasions when it looked like he had some open space as well. They've done a pretty solid job at the line of scrimmage, but when they're on the field as often as they have been, you're begging for some bad things to happen. Drowski in the backfield. Handoff instead goes to Fleischhood. Far sideline run past the 40, past the 45, and he's tackled shortly after that. Howe in on the stop in front of the Wyomissing bench. That's going to be a first down, though, for Wyomissing as they move the chains. And you go back to the play call, you go back to the fumble of Wyomissing, or I should say of Lampeter Strasburg. A promising drive wiped away. And I tell you what, outside of the turnover, you look back to that penalty as well on the false start. 1st down and 10. They had things cooking. They backed themselves up 5 yards, and it all falls down after that. Drowski remains in the game at the running back spot. Penalty marker flies. I believe it's a false start. Indeed it is. That'll be a 5-yard penalty. And we'll see if the Pioneers can now capitalize off of the penalty.
Ball's now on their 40-yard line, so it'll be 1st and 15. for a Wyomissing first down.
First and 15 from the 40-yard line. Pre-snap motion. Eisenhower will hand off. It's Westwood. Cuts upfield. Gets past the 45, and he's short of the 50 by inches.
He's stopped by number 11, Nolan McQueen of Lampeter, Strasburg. Ball carried out to midfield. It'll be 2nd and 5 for Wyomissing.
I have to go back and correct myself as well. It was Strong who recovered that fumble, and Argellis was the one who had that carry. So a little mix up there with 4 and 44. Just wanted to get that correction out of the way as it's 2nd down and 5. Nidrowski goes up the gut, moves past the first down marker, and he's brought down just after that.
And the ball is advanced for a first down for Wyomissing. Placed number 4, Brady Christensen of Lampeter, Strasburg. Ball is now on the Pioneer 43-yard line.
First down and 10 from the 43. Clock goes under 2 minutes to play in the third quarter. Handoff goes to Fleischert on the left side yet again. He moves forward for about 8 yards.
Number 3, Armstead takes it to the left to center. He is stopped by number 44, Mason Peter of the Pioneers. 8-yard gain on that last play. Ball is on the 35-yard line of Pioneers. It'll be 2nd and 2 for a
2nd down and 2 upcoming. It was Armistead on the carry. And that just goes to show you, again, like I mentioned earlier, the embarrassment of riches this team has in Wyomissing. Hardy's still in the game, number 5, but you have a couple of backups in there. And I put backups in quotation marks because they're still very talented players. As Nidrowski puts his head down, moves towards the 25-yard line. So Armistead gets a touch on this drive. Argellis gets a touch on this drive as well after the fumble recovery by Strong. Great balance there by Nidrowski, able to keep his feet.
And there is a flag on the field.
The penalty marker down. The Wyomissing offense is walking backwards. Personal foul penalty, chop block on the offense. And that's going to be a 15-yard penalty. The 15 or 10? Let's check that.
2nd and 14 for Wyomissing.
Looks to be a 10-yard penalty. Interesting. A personal foul, 10 yards, regardless of the situation. It's going to be a 2nd down and 14, under a minute to play in the third quarter. Ball is marked at the 47-yard line of Lampeter Strasburg, trying to keep Wyomissing behind the chains. Armistead in motion. Eisenhower back to pass, tucks it away, puts his head down, gets past the 45, and he's brought down just after that towards his sideline. He gets out of bounds with 23 seconds to go in the third quarter. And that'll set up a 3rd down and long. So Lampeter Strasburg again with an opportunity to get off the field after the personal foul penalty on the offense. Plenty of names to highlight here tonight for the white jerseys. Hardy, Eisenhower, Argellis, Armistead, Strong, all coming up with big plays here as the rotation continues on offense. It's Nidrowski now in the backfield, and we have a whistle. And a timeout by Wyomissing. So we'll take a breather. 23 seconds to go. We'll step aside and be right back.
Hey guys, we're heading into No Albies here in West Reading. We've got the West Reading French Fry Fest next Saturday, so we're gonna shoot a little content with Massimo in here for the Visit West Reading Instagram page.
Back out of a timeout. It's been night and day. If you watched the Twin Valley game just 2 weeks ago, what we've seen from this Wyomissing team here tonight. The offense has been firing on all cylinders. And that goes to show you how talented the Twin Valley team is, specifically their defense, able to deal with all these talented bodies on offense. Eisenhower on the runs, Hardy on the runs, Argelis, Strong, all these guys. Eisenhower at the quarterback spot as well. The Twin Valley was able to do some serious damage on the road 2 weeks ago. And we shall see if they meet again down the road. End of the third quarter, 32-0 your score. We'll send it to break and be back right after this. Before we do so, let's shout out our sponsors, Dean's Auto Plaza, Palumbo Foods, the Reading Raptors, Palace Restaurant Footworks, First County Views, and Land Hope Farms, all proud sponsors of Friday Night Football on the Flagship Network.
And prepare for the unexpected. State Farm is the most...
Fourth down and 7. And Wyomissing will punt. Lopez back to return. Maher will boot it away. It's a good punt. Bounces inside of the 10-yard line and trickles out of bounds around the 8. So that's where Asher Jones and company will go back to work offensively. As, again, we begin this fourth quarter, and it's been all Wyomissing on the scoreboard, but the story entwined in all of this has been the offense. And I mentioned earlier, 1 step forward, 2 steps back. It's been more so 1 step forward, 3, 4, 5 steps back for this LS offense. Well, you never know what happens until you play the games and on paper. This was billed as a game with 2 teams with lots of talent on both sides. Hasn't gone that way. But we appreciate everyone tuning in, and again, that play's blown up. DeJessa gets hammered in the backfield. Nidrowski in on the stop. It's really not fair when you got guys like Nidrowski at his size, Eisenhower at his size as well, playing both sides of the ball. Chasing your behind all over the backfield. DeJessa shaken up on the play as he got absolutely demolished in the backfield. Give credit to LS for keeping their fight offensively, too. I mean, they've done work at a high level, specifically DeJessa at the running back spot. And not only that, the last drive as well. The last drive as well was super impressive. They moved it right down the field before the turnover. And this is the second time in 2 weeks DeJessa has had to come off of the field due to a lower body injury. This time, it looks a little less serious, however, than a week ago. Still has his helmet on, still moving around under his own power. Might miss a play or two, but expect him to come back shortly. Into the game for the first time is number 26, Andre Flawed, who gets the carry, goes up the gut, and there's just nowhere to go. Strong and company collapsing on the defensive line.
Gain of about a yard.
3rd and 12.
Strasburg. 10:35
Well, those two plays couldn't have gone much worse, minus another turnover for LS. Pioneers pinned inside of their own 10-yard line. Jones back to pass, fires, and it's a miscommunication there with the intended target. That was her, and her just not on the same page with his quarterback. And that'll bring up a 4th down and 12 with 10:20 to play in the 4th quarter. So Fiorello on the punt yet again. This time, however, he will do so from the back of his own end zone.
Back for the Spartans, number 4, Argelis. And ball punted by Fiorello.
Fiorello, honestly, that's a great punt. Bounces around the 40-yard line, takes an LS bounce into Wyomissing territory, and it's touchdown at the 45. So again, the special teams and defense trying their best here tonight, to say the least.
It'll be 1st and 10 for the Spartans from their 45-yard line. On defense! Play some football!
Somebody wants the defense to play some football down there. Good defense there on that play. I guess the players heard one of the fans up here as Argelis is stopped for no gain. 2nd down and 10. Handoff goes to Armistead, who's dropped just shy of the 50-yard line. Pickup of about 4 on the play. And that'll set up a 3rd down, that is, and 6. Some of the fans are getting a little restless, to say the least.
It'll be 3rd and 6 for Wyomissing. 9 minutes left in the 4th quarter. Defense, keep it up!
Under 9 to go in the 4th. Armistead in motion. He gets the carry on the far side of the field, past the 50-yard line, spins past another defender inside the 35, cuts back upfield, inside the 25, inside the 15, charging forward inside of the 5-yard line goes Armistead. Another chunk play this time by reserve. Westwood, number 20 in the backfield with Armistead, who gets the carry, who goes into the end zone for yet another Wyomissing touchdown.
8:04 left in the 4th quarter.
And the hurt continues here tonight for the Pioneers. Maher on for the extra point. Kick is up, and it's good. 39-0. Wyomissing leads with 8:04 to play in the 4th quarter.
Hey guys, we're heading into No Albies here in West Reading. We've got the West Reading French Fry Fest next Saturday, so we're gonna shoot a little content with Massimo in here for the Visit West Reading Instagram page.
A couple of the fans head towards the exits here tonight as Wyomissing has come into this stadium on the road and put a beatdown on Lampeter Strasburg, who has taken 2 straight beatdowns 2 weeks in a row, both by 2 opponents that have plenty of postseason aspirations.
Beat for the Pioneers. Number 2, Lopez. Number 20, Cunningham. Number 8.
Cunningham back to return. Maher to kick off. We have reached a point in this football game with, I should say, which we will have a running clock with a now 35-point differential, 39 to be exact, as Cunningham fields past the 30-yard line, past the 35-yard line, and he's got a healthy return here in the fourth quarter. First down and 10 from the 37. Clock winds. Substitutions come into the game defensively for Wyomissing, and they're late as well. Handoff goes to Cunningham, who turns the corner on the end around. Gets past midfield, past the 40, cuts back past the 35, and he's spun down by his ankles on the 30-yard line. Looked like 2 of the defensive tackles for Wyomissing were late getting onto the field, and the Pioneers took advantage. First down and 10 from the 27-yard line of Wyomissing. Gajecki and Cunningham to the left of Jones at the receiver spot. DeJessa gets the carry, goes up the middle, works his way past one defender, and he dives forward past the 20-yard line.
He's stopped by number 79, Rivera.
8-yard pickup for DeJessa. Second down and 2 from the 19. Under 7 to play here in the fourth. Lopez in motion. He gets the carry, and we have a penalty marker. False start on the offense. So that'll be a 5-yard penalty with 6:50 to play in the fourth. Well, you got to give credit to Wyomissing. Not only do they come in here tonight and put up 39 points, but more importantly, pitch a shutout, at least to this point in the game. They were able to bounce back last week against Octorara after the tough loss to Twin Valley. So obviously did not let that hurt them in their locker room. And that has a big part to play in coaching as well, keeping the players' heads in it as a team. 4-yard pickup. It'll be third down and 3 from the 20-yard line. Cunningham, Kajecki, and Lopez, the receivers. Cunningham in motion. He gets the carry on the end around yet again. Let's see if he can make some magic happen. And he pushes his way forward towards the 10-yard line before he's hammered out of bounds. That's good enough for a Pioneer first down.
First down for Lampeter Strasburg. And it looks like it'll be first and goal. Ball is on the 10-yard line.
First down and goal from the 10. Similar formation. This time Cunningham lines up to the right, now comes in motion. Jones takes the snap, hands to DeJessa, pushes past one defender and goes into the end zone. Lampeter Strasburg is on the board.
5 minutes and 19 seconds left in the fourth quarter. The score, Lampeter Strasburg 6, Wyomissing 39.
Get a little bit of a light show going here, and finally some enthusiasm from the home crowd. Fiorello on for the extra point. arguably the best kicker in the section, and it's a low snap. And Fiorello is able to still boot it through. 39-7 your score with 5:19 to play in the fourth.
We're pretty big.
Yeah, people say we're giants.
You call that giant? This is giant. At Dean's Auto Plaza, we have a giant selection of quality used cars, trucks, and SUVs, all at prices that will not crush your budget.
Okay, he's the real giant.
Yeah.
Come see why they call Dean's Auto Plaza York's used car giant.
Back here out of a timeout, Max Gratzel on the call. It's Friday Night Football on the Flagship Network, week number 10. $5:19 to go in the fourth quarter. We have this time. I'd like to shout out our whole team this season here in 2025, putting together our preseason show and our 10 weeks of football that we were able to bring to all of our viewers across the area locally and beyond. Appreciate your support of the 2025 season. Hardy fields inside of his own 10-yard line, looking to do some damage. And it's a pretty solid special teams unit out there tonight for Lampeter Strasburg, as they've held Hardy in check from a yardage standpoint, even though he's gotten into the end zone twice.
First and 10 for the Spartans. And the ball is on the 22-yard line. 5 minutes.
That scream out there in the stands. Oh, God. Must be Halloween almost. Nearing the 5-minute mark of the fourth quarter. Eisenhower just now getting to the huddle with 10 on the play clock. Westwood remains in the game at the running back spot. 2 on the play clock. Armistead gets the carry on the end around, charging towards that far sideline, and I don't think he got back to the line of scrimmage. Read well by the Pioneer defense. Pioneers take a timeout with 4:36 to play. We'll step aside. I'll be right back after this. Second down and 12 out of the stoppage. Ball is marked at the 20-yard line. Handoff goes to Argelis, who charges towards the near sideline past the 40 in enemy territory. No one's in front of him. Inside the 25. Cuts back upfield. Inside of the 10. And Argelis goes the distance. Touchdown, Wyomissing. Well, if there's one way to hit the mute button here on the road, that's one way to do it. Best lining up for the extra point. It's up, and it's through. We'll send you the break. It's all Wyomissing here tonight.
Land Hope Farms is a stop that gets you going with the most delicious coffee, flavorful breakfasts, custom-made sandwiches, and the famous fried chicken everyone craves. Plus, top-quality snacks to keep you going. We offer the best gasoline and diesel in the area and free air for your tires. Visit our stores in Unionville and Oxford, Pennsylvania, serving our community since 1969. Land Hope Farms, the stop that gets you going.
Back out of a timeout. Max Gretzel on the call. Best set to kick off. Cunningham back to return. 46-7 your score as Wyomissing answers the Odessa touchdown with a touchdown from Argelis. High arcing kick, short however. It's fielded around the 15 by Cunningham. Looking for some blockers. He has some. Works past the 40-yard line, and he's tackled just shy of the 45.
Stopped defensively by number 31, Ethan Nye. And they spot the ball at the 44, first and 10 for the Pioneers from their 44-yard line. Just over 4 minutes left in the fourth quarter.
Carter Hess into the game for the first time tonight. We saw him a week ago without Asher Jones.
First down, 1, 2. Number 13 has in for quarterback.
Pass goes to, or I should say handoff goes to Pena, who has checked into the game also as a reserve. That's good for a Lampeter Strasburg first down. No, Carter Hess was tasked with the unimaginable a week ago on the road against Twin Valley as a sophomore quarterback, and obviously struggled. And it became a wildcat formation type of game. And how about that run there from Pena? Pena had been sitting there all game saying, hey, I want to get a shot in there. And he does his best on that run. And his best is yet another Lampeter Strasburg first down. Nope, so far so good on these plays, handing it to number 21. They give it to him again. He goes up the gut, and he's got another healthy pickup.
Tackle made by number 23, Curran.
4-yard pickup for Pena. It's second down and 6 on the 24.
Ball on the 24-yard line.
Pre-snap motion. And Pena got a little antsy there. And that's going to be a false start. 5-yard penalty. Second down and 11.
Ball is on the 29-yard line, so it'll be second and 11 for a first down for the Pioneers.
Pena gets the ball yet again, follows the blockers, and gets past the 25-yard line.
Pena carries it out to about the 24-yard line.
Should be good for about 4, maybe 5 on the play.
It'll be third down. And about 6. Ball on the 24-yard line of the Squadron. Less than 2 minutes in tonight's contest.
Hess keeps it himself on third down, continues to push forward, follows his blocks, and he's brought down just shy, I believe, of the line to gain. So that'll set up a 4th down and 1.
Now on the 19-yard line. 4th and about a yard
Pena gets the carry yet again. Barrels off of one body, brought down by another, puts the ball on the turf, and turns it over. Wyomissing forces yet another one. Ball picked up by Betances. And that will all but do it here tonight.
First and 10 for the Spartans. The ball on their 32-yard line. Just over 1 minute left in tonight's game.
Clock continues to wind. Under a minute here in the fourth. Healthy pickup on that rushing attempt as Wyo continues to just kill this clock. Here in the fourth quarter, Wyo will improve to 9-1 on the season. Lampeter Strasburg will drop their second in a row, and they fall to 7-3 in the regular season. Playoffs still to come, and that will do it here tonight. Your final score tonight, Wyomissing 46, Lampeter Strasburg 7. Your final score, as always, presented by Dean's Auto Plaza. Well, the teams shake hands around midfield, and one team goes home happy, riding a high here over the last 2 weeks. And one team will have to get their act together as the postseason approaches. It'll be a tough week at practice for Lampeter Strasburg. We mentioned it now with a record of 7-3, but more importantly, trying to get things right with the postseason around the corner. Justice Hardy, for obvious reasons, is celebrating, and I don't really blame him when his team over the last 2 seasons has done some serious damage, both in the regular season and the postseason as well. Well, every win is big, and especially when a game like this is billed so highly, preseason and even pre-game, and Wyo puts a beat down like they did, they earned it. And it's impressive. It's surprising to some, but I'm sure if you asked them, it wouldn't be. Game ball being presented there in the Wyomissing huddle. Couldn't see who got it.
Tomorrow, 2 o'clock. See you then.
Lampeter Strasburg now back to their huddle post-game as Coach Wolfram speaks to his team after the 46-7 victory. Coach Wolfram with a little extended speech here in the final week of the regular season. Again, the last regular season game his seniors will play. And while I have the opportunity, just want to thank everyone behind the scenes here that has put together the 2025 season for us behind the scenes. Couldn't do it without them. Couldn't do it without the sponsorship as well. So definitely appreciate their support here during the 2025 season as well. This is the second year we've been able to do this and go to different locations week in and week out and see some great facilities, meet some great people, see some great football. And it's not over yet here in 2025. Feels like just yesterday we did our preseason show back in August. And within the next week or two, we will have postseason action. Well, one team celebrates a road win, and the other one walks slowly to the locker room. Your player of the game, presented by Footworks, is none other than number 21, Chase Eisenhower, who got the scoring started here tonight on the 4-yard rushing touchdown in the first quarter. Shout out to Chase. Shout out to the Wyomissing faithful, honestly, that have traveled on the road here tonight as they await their players to walk off the field. And shout out everyone who tuned in here tonight. Chase Eisenhower, your player of the game, presented by Footworks. Well earned here tonight as well. 2 rushing touchdowns for number 21. And your final score presented by Dean's Auto Plaza. The Spartans 46, the Pioneers 7. And that'll do it here in 2025 for B&B Media, Flagship Network, Friday Night Football, and everyone involved. We appreciate everyone tuning in. And who knows what the future holds. We shall see. But we appreciate the sport here tonight and beyond. Have a great night, everyone. Enjoy the weekend and enjoy the postseason action.